So it was difficult, but it was all worth it. Like Rashida helped me out. It was a bunch of college students who talked to me, different people that I got to meet, and just to hear their side of the story and what they go through and how they didn't stop. I was just stay persistent.
And so you think what you're talking about now can have a real impact upon a large number of other young people who might be caught up in this transitional school kind of situation?
I think so. If they're willing to do it, then why not do it? It's nothing wrong with doing it with someone who's doing it like you want to do it and just doing it together. So I think it will have an impact on them. But if you're not determined, if you're going to play around, those are not the people we're looking for. We're looking for people who's really willing to set their bars and do better in life.
So that's the name of the program, Set Your Bars. In other words, determine where you want to go and what you want to do. Is that what we're saying here?
Yes, sir. Where you want to go and where you want to be in life. How you want to be viewed versus how someone views you.
Pastor Walker, and I think we've got about 3 minutes before we end this show for today. But in a real sense, I think that this program, if replicated generally throughout the metropolitan system and everywhere else, would have a very positive impact upon many of our young people. Would you say that from what you know about what they are doing?
Well, I know for sure that the impact that it may have had on her and her ability, her resilience to bounce back from it all is not something that you may find in a lot of the students, you know, that they're going through this and experience this thing right here. Fortunately for her, she has that within herself, and then she had a support system around her to help her to be able to navigate her way through this. And, you know, then they brought down the standards and stuff like that, you know, even set roadblocks when she got back somewhat into the system. Now she's saying that, you know, she's not been able to experience a lot of things that she would normally have experienced as a senior who had a determined mindset to excel in the things that she was in school to accomplish. So there was a whole lot that goes into that process. But what I really like to do is be able to identify to your audience here how they can get in touch with Gideon's Army and the Peace Project so that we can create some partnerships and move this thing forward.
Ms. Fatuga, why don't you give us that information about how people might be able to get in touch with you and how they might be able to help you in order to perhaps make this a much broader operation than you have.
Thank you. Our phone number is 615-852-7530. And our email address is onearmyunited, that's ONE, armyunited@gmail.com.
And so they can get in touch with you, and you've got some information that you can send out to them and sort of encourage them to do other things. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, we have got work. We are gonna, if you call us, we are going to put you to work. There are so many things to do, from voter registration to volunteering with young people to hosting events. I mean, there's so many different things that can be done. So,
Pastor, final comments.
You know, and we need that help. We need that help. We need it from people who have children in the school system who are experiencing that. We need that help from people that have children in the school system who are not experiencing that. We need voices from both sides of this thing, because this is so important, because it's affecting our children, and if it affects our children, it's going to affect the whole of society, because after all, we're saying that the children are our future. So if the children are our future, seem like we will want to be actively involved in nourishing our future so that we can have a hope. So I'm encouraging people to get involved. Call the number, you know, get involved with Gideon's Army, and let's make a difference. Let's do something instead of just sitting around complaining and talking about our youth. I mean, our youth are caught up in the school system, man. They're putting them on all kind of ADHD medication. Dr. Haney, when I was an intravenous drug user in the prison system, I used to shoot Ritalin. You know, we call it BAM, you know, get high on it. And they're giving this to our school children because they simply don't want to take time out to figure out how they can teach that child. So they send them, rush them out somewhere, mislabel them as having some type of situation going on with them, and then poison them with all them drugs all the rest of their life.
Very good. And of course, let me thank the three of you for coming by and giving us that excellent information. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.